Zaji!
My claw, Zaji has news!
Okay, Zaji, but we're going to talk to Casca first.
Talk to Zaji, friend.
No, I want to talk to
All
you.
these delays are beginning to ruffle my fur, and I just as soon get on with things.
Alright, alright. Captain Zaji!
Thank
Let's
the
talk.
moons. Zaji was worried you left with the tide. Lady Arabelle sent this one with urgent news.
Oh, what's the urgent news, Zaji?
Well, Lady Arabelle doesn't exactly trust Zaji with all the details.
Why not?
But she did impress upon Zaji that she had urgent matters to discuss with you. So, she sent Zaji to find you.
Oh, what did Lady Arabelle say exactly, Zaji?
Oh, she said, Zaji, I have urgent matters to discuss with our friend. Go find them, dear, and tell them to come talk to me at Mandrake Manor. That's exactly how she said it. Ask Casca, she heard it too.
Wow, I thought she was in the room right now, Zaji. Well, I'll go meet Lady Arabelle in Mandrake Manor.
Come to think of it, this must be about the peace talks. Queen
Probably.
Irene and the other leaders are quite annoyed that the talks haven't started yet. Hurry, friend. Go to Mandrake Manor and tell Lady Arabelle that Zaji sent you, just like she asked.
Why haven't they've been sitting in a goddamn room for how long and they haven't talked? What?
No, and Queen Irene grows more annoyed with every rise
She
and
should.
fall of the sun. Inactivity pains her. Lord Bacaro keeps delaying, and Lady Arabelle isn't sure what to do. But these are details that Zaji isn't aware of. You should talk to her.
I think Lord Bacaro is stringing us along.
Politics. If there's one thing I hate more than those Ascendant Order bastards, it's politics. Hopefully, between you and Lady Arabelle, we can finish this business. Then Zaji and I can finally turn our full attention to restoring the pounds.
Mm-hmm. So, who is the Ascendant Lord? Is it Lord Bacaro? Seems like the most obvious to me. Get our free soul gem.
Ah, good to see you, my dear. Zaji found you, I take it. Come, we have much to discuss.
Mm-hmm. Karn, what have you been up to?
Don't say I didn't warn you. Save the day once and everyone expects you to do it again. But save the day twice? You'll never know a moment's peace. Don't worry, I won't get in your way. I'm officially out of the hero business. For real this time.
What are you doing here? Huh? What are you doing? Just us now. What's up, Lady Arabelle?
I'm glad Zaji found you. Sometimes he actually manages to surprise me. You've already done so much. I hesitate to ask, but Lord Bacaro is reluctant to move forward with the peace talks while the Ascendant Order remains a threat.
You think the Ascendant Order still poses a threat to the peace talks?
The Ascendant Lord and his minions are still out there somewhere. Lord Bacaro is hesitant to proceed when an attack could occur at any moment. But I can't keep the Alliance leaders here much longer. Their patience with the situation grows thin.
Would the Alliance leaders really abandon the peace talks now?
They are a proud and fickle lot, but they have one thing in common, dear. They respect you. Go to the city palace and talk to them. Ask them to remain patient. Then speak to Lord Bacaro. See if you can convince him to let me get things started.
I'll go talk to the Alliance leaders and Lord Bacaro then.
Find the Alliance leaders at Gonfalon Palace and convince them to wait just a little longer. After that, look for Lord Bacaro at the city's western docks. He's been there for days, overseeing the Society of the Steadfast Relief Efforts for Galen.
Why are the Alliance leaders at Gonfalon Palace?
I had to put them somewhere, dear, and Mandrake Manor isn't large enough to keep them comfortable and adequately separated. There's more than enough room in the palace to make sure they don't engage in any unchaperoned squabbling.
Can't you let them return to their own kingdoms until we deal with them?
That would never work. It took untold hours of planning and preparation to get them here in the first place, and then we nearly lost them on multiple occasions. No, This is our one chance for peace. We won't get another if they leave.
Well, tell me about the relief efforts, at least.
According to the reports I received, you were there, my dear.
Yeah.
You saw firsthand the destruction at Vastir, the rumblings from Ifilon. The Society of the Steadfast is sending aid to the islands as quickly as their ships can make the journey.
Remind me, who's Lord Baccario again? Is he the Ascendant Lord? Ascendant Lord, Lord Baccario.
Lord Baccaro Valores, philanthropist and founder of the Society of the Steadfast. He and his organization have gone to great lengths to assist those impacted by the Three Banners War and other catastrophes, such as what's happening on Galen.
And what does Lord Baccario have to do with the peace talks?
He's sponsoring them, dear, and he's paying our salaries, so keep that in mind when you go to talk with him. Get Lord Baccaro to agree to let me begin the peace talks, and then we can get High King Emmerich and the others to the table.
All right.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Save the day once and every...
All right. We're going. So if he is a Ascendant Lord, why is he not trying to push forward the thing to have an attack? That'd be the question. None of the captains are here either. Just us. Alright, let's head up.
I saw several Reachmen run north, headed home.
Prince?
They've separated us, have us under constant guard. I feel like a prisoner. And all because Lord Bacaro wants to maintain the sanctity of his peace talks. But I want to hear your news. Where have you been, my friend?
Galen and Yiflon had to stop a plot with the Firesong druids and sea elves.
Druids and sea elves. Huh. Impressive as always. And have you learned anything more about the Ascendant Order and its mysterious lord?
No, but Lady Arabelle is running down some leads. We're gonna get the peace talks started soon.
Yes. For a Breton noble, Lady Arabelle seems quite competent. I know my father trusts her, despite her ties to Emmerich and the Covenant. We'll get to it. I can't wait to get out of this room so we can finally start talking.
Let me go to the banquet hall. So,
I
Emmerich?
used to enjoy my visits to the archipelago. It was a welcome change from the hustle and bustle of my court. But because of the Ascendant Order, I'm practically a prisoner in here. But tell me, what have you been up to?
Went to Galen and Yiflon. We stopped a plot involving the Firesong druids and the sea elves.
More druidic traitors? I really must have a talk with their elders. And they were working with sea elves. That's not an alliance I would have predicted. But what about the Ascendant Order? Any sign of them or their lord?
Lady Arabelle is running down some leads, and we'll get to work as soon as peace. She's working on some new leads while we work to get the peace talks underway.
Aha, Arabelle. She's never failed me yet. Give her whatever help she requires. I haven't spoken to Irene or Ernskar since the celebration. I think I actually miss them. The guards are overly protective of us, and we've had practically no contact.
You haven't spoken to any of the other leaders?
No. Lord Bacaro wants the peace talks to occur under controlled conditions. He's worried that if left to our own devices, we'd start another war. And I can't say he's wrong. We're all a bit hot-headed and stubborn, if you hadn't noticed.
Isabel, how long have you been here?
I'm going to stick right here by the Knight Commander. At least if I stand here and keep my mouth shut, I can't embarrass myself any further.
What kind of trouble we getting into?
They've all been sitting here since the celebration. They just won't leave.
Do you bring news, my friend? Is Lord Bacaro ready to summon us so we can finally engage in the discussions of peace?
Not yet. The Ascendant order is still out there, but Lady Arabelle is running down new leads.
Well, that's something, at least. I swear, though, if something doesn't change soon, I'm going to call for Captain Zargi and return to my own domain. I've been absent long enough as it is.
You'd abandoned the peace talks?
Locked away for my safety is not what I had imagined when I agreed to attend this conference. I'll abide a little longer, but my royal patience is growing quite thin. Go, my friend. End the threat so we can get to the business that brought us here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go end the Ascendant order. Just do it today. Let's go. Come on, Ember. All the way over here.
Let's get these supplies on board. The people of Galen need our assistance.
I'll take care of things here on High
Ha!
Island.
The defender of the three thrones and the savior of the sisters. I'm afraid you've caught me at a bad time. The Society of the Steadfast is needed in Vastir, and my ship is ready to depart. I decided to oversee the relief efforts personally.
Yeah, Lady Arabelle sent me. They let you get the peace talks underway. You know, you have like 3 leaders that are stuck in a castle that can't talk to each other.
Lady Arabelle uses every weapon in her arsenal. I suppose that's why I hired her. But the timing isn't right, my friend. There's too much at stake to risk another setback. Once the most recent threats have been eliminated, then we may begin.
What recent threats?
I was about to send word to Lady Arabelle. My scouts reported new Ascendant Order activity at the Defort shipyards. I sent a messenger there to confirm these reports, but they have yet to return. I fear Duchess Alea has fooled us all.
Duchess Alea? What do you mean?
After you discovered that her brother was the Ascendant Magus and killed him, Duchess Alea claimed no involvement. She was stoic in her grief and assured me her brother acted without her permission or foreknowledge. Since you're here...
What are you thinking, Lord Bacaro?
If you're still working with Arabelle, then you can look into the validity of this threat. Discover what became of my messenger at the Defort shipyards. That would ease my mind while I aid Vastir and get us closer to starting the peace talks.
And straight to the drink we go. Toast Peanut, thanks for the raid. Ba-ba-ba-ba. There we go. Deal with a messenger. Knight Captain. Say the Steadfast sent a messenger named Duncan Jenis to the Dufort shipyards. They have orders to confirm the takeover of the shipyards and report their activity to Lord Bakaros Valario. When the messenger arrives, deal with them. Confirmation of our presence must remain secret as long as possible. The Dufort shipyard is vital to our efforts to rebuild our forces. Maintain our control through whatever means you deem necessary. Yes, Senate Lord. For Secret Love, yes, we're getting into the last part of High Isle here. The last epilogue quest. It's over this way, isn't it? There you are. The Dockmaster assures me that these hooded knights are just mercenaries hired by House Defont to guard the shipyards, but I don't trust them. In fact, I don't see a single laborer here bearing the emblem of House Defont. I fear the reports that Lord Bacaro received about a rogue knights commandeering shipyards is proven true. I intend to bring this information to Lord Bacaro's attention at once, though the Dockmaster insists that I tour the yard before departing. Our refusal could arouse suspicion. So, returning to Steadfast Manor will have to wait a little longer. Still think it's Lord Bacario trying to throw us off the scent. Who knew about the scout, except for somebody in the Society of the Steadfast? I think I gotta put all my chips in.
Five Claw, terrible news. Lady Arabelle has succumbed to some unknown malady. She's upstairs in bed waiting for you.
What?
When Sachi and Casca returned, we found Lady Arabelle unconscious on the floor. We got her to bed and sent for Druid Ravana. She can help her, yes? Druids have healing magic, or so Sachi has heard. Upstairs, Five Claw. You must go to Lady Arabelle.
You got poisoned when Lord Bacario heard she was investigating.
I've never seen Lady Arabelle so weak. She's in a bad state. But she's a tough old bird. I know she'll pull through. You should head upstairs and talk to her. Just seeing you will do her a world of good.
Oh, that's it. That's it. I got it now. The Lord Bacario probably wants he wanted them to come in on the ships and to sink the ships. Now he wants them to leave. He's holding the peace talks here. Oh, he just keeps delaying because he wants them to go back. He wants to piss them off enough to go back. That way he can sink the ships on the way back. Because he feels like that's the most vulnerable they can be. Is on the high seas when he controls a shipyard.
Welcome back, dear. And wipe that expression off your face. I'm not dead yet.
Lady Arabelle.
Did you have Taco Bell or something?
I came as quickly as I could when I received Zaji's message. I've done what I can, but you should talk to Lady Arabelle. She won't rest until she explains what happened.
I want to hear all about your conversations with the Alliance leaders and Lord Bacara, dear. But I think we need to deal with this situation I find myself in first, if that's all right with you.
What's wrong with you, Lady Arabelle?
Poison, I should think.
Yep.
It has all the usual signs. Right after you left, I received a package. My favorite wine. And a note of congratulations for saving
Why did
the
you drink
Alliance
it?
leaders. I should have known better than to pour a glass, but here we are.
Any idea who sent you the wine?
The note was suspiciously vague about that. If I hadn't been tired and thinking about 12 dozen other things, that should have set off a warning bell. Instead, no matter. Tell me, is Lord Bacaro ready to start the peace talks?
Not yet. He sent me to Dufort shipyards. The Senate order is still in use of them.
How can that be? Duchess Alea assured me she had retaken control of her shipyards. We'll deal with that later. Right now, I need you to figure out where that package came from. Determine who wants me out of the way. Nothing has been touched.
I'll figure out who sent you the poison.
Everything is still exactly where I left it. Examine the note and bottle carefully. See if you can trace them back to their origin. And talk to Ravana. She's been working to identify the poison and figure out an antidote. My life is in your hands.
You receive gifts from unidentified... Yeah, do you receive gifts from unidentified barriers?
More often than you might expect, actually. Comes with the territory. I am rather famous, dear. Still, I should have been more careful. I can't afford to make a mistake like that again. People who send expensive gifts usually want to take credit.
Yep. Any idea who might have sent the poisoned wine to you?
Just guesses. I suspected the Ascendant Lord, but your news about the Dufort shipyards concerns me. Did we misjudge Duchess Alea? Was she working with her brother?
Nope.
Is she part of the Ascendant Order? We need evidence before we can make an accusation.
Lady Arabelle is fortunate that Zaji sent for me and not one of the Society of the Steadfast's Menders. They wouldn't have been able to counteract the poison.
What do you mean?
This poison smells slightly of garlic and has all the earmarks of a druidic compound, but its effects remind me of much older recipes. No healer without druidic training would have even recognized some of the ingredients that make up the poison.
So, you were able to nullify it?
No. But I have given Lady Arabelle a tincture that will keep her stable and slow down the poison's most deadly effects. I need to return to my workshop, analyze the components, and consult my ancient herbal apothecary. I'm sure I've seen this before.
What should I do?
Just what Lady Arabelle asked. Discover where the poisoned wine came from and who sent it. I'll leave more of my tincture with Zaji and give him exact instructions. Then I need to go do research of my own. Meet me at my workshop as soon as you can.
To Lady Arabelle Duval, Mandrake Manor, Galfon-Blay. Once again, you've outdone yourself, my lady. I am quite certain that by your actions, the leaders of the three alliances are spared a grueling and painful death. And peace remains not only a hope, but a real possibility. Please enjoy this rare vintage with my compliments, and keep up the good work. From a devoted and grateful admirer.
Aside from the anonymous signature, it's the same as other notes I've received.
No. Major point there. They knew about the three alliance leaders there. There's only a few handful of people that know that. Bottle bears the House de Fort seal. Singular amber, 2E, 571. A smell of slightly faintly garlic.
You must be my eyes and ears on this, dear. Tell me what you've discovered. Oh, I really hate being so impotent. Ravana tells me her tincture defers the worst effects of the poison, but I still feel weak. Like my blood is on fire. Enough of my problems. Tell me what you saw when you examined the note and the bottle.
It didn't reveal much, but the bottle bears the House de Fort symbol is a single amber.
Let me guess. The 571 vintage. I'd be hard-pressed to refuse such an exquisite wine. Ashcroft's Fine Goods and Imports. Only place on the island that might have any bottles available, other than the Duchess's private stores. Go talk to them, dear.
I'll go see what I can learn from Ashcroft Fine Goods.
Ask for Fillion Ashcroft, the proprietor. He knows me well and keeps a spot in Bayside Artisans here in town. And while Ravana works on an antidote, I'll send Zaji to make sure the Alliance leaders don't accept any mysterious gifts.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, Dana? Zaji, watch over her.
You must find who would do such a thing to Lady Arabelle. Zaji and Casca will not leave her side. You have my word on that.
Casca?
Poison is a coward's weapon. I should have smelled it the moment Lady Arabelle uncorked the wine. Go, Five Claw. Find the coward and make them pay. We'll watch over Lady Arabelle, I promise.
Hmm. Okay, granted, the Ascendant Lord does know the three leaders are here. We know that. That should have raised an alarm, though, that if somebody was going to celebrate it, send her a bottle of wine, it would have had to been, like, in that small group of friends that she had, right? Trying to get the ginger kitten in Somerset. Aw. It is a cute pet. Fillion.
Welcome to Ashcroft's Fine Goods and Imports. I am Fillion Ashcroft, proprietor and expert on all things luxurious and exquisite. What might I help you with today?
This bottle of wine. Do you recognize it?
Let me see.
Don't drink it.
Yes, a fine vintage. Very fine indeed. I may have sold a bottle or two recently, but I don't make a habit of discussing my clients' orders. What is this about, if I may be so bold?
Lady Arabelle received the bottle as a gift, and it was poisoned. That makes you a prime suspect.
What? I had no idea. Lady Arabelle is one of my best customers. I swear on my reputation, that wine left this shop unaltered. In fact, I only made one sale that included this particular vintage recently. It was a rather large order, in fact.
Who placed it?
Oh, this is awkward. Castle Navir Seneschal placed the order, claimed he needed to replenish the cellars for Duchess Alea, and demanded I sell back the wine I had purchased from them. That exact vintage, to be precise. You'll want to talk to them.
They're framing it up to be Duchess Alea, but it sounds way too forced. She sounds like the mark. She sounds like a mark getting ready for the fall. Guess we'll find out here in a minute. Oh, go all the way over there to find out.
Hero of the Sisters, you're always welcome here. The Duchess will see you in the Night's Wing.
What about me? I've been waiting hours to make my delivery.
The Duchess is much too busy right now, courier. Take your wagon to the jousting tents. The Duchess will send someone to deal with you shortly.
Hmm?
Hero of the Sisters! We're still making repairs after that unfortunate incident at the last banquet. But Duchess Alea said to direct you to the Knight Commander's office in the Knight's Wing, were you to return. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you.
What did the courier want, if you don't mind me asking?
We have no secrets here, friend. The courier claims a large shipment for Duchess Alea, but I have no record of any impending deliveries. I'm sure it's just some confusion since the loss of our castle steward. The Duchess will deal with it eventually.
Loss of the castle steward, huh? Who made that order? Get down here. I have to go inside first to find them, but
Hero
you're back.
of the Sisters, you're always welcome here.
repeated the scene. All right, it's easy. There's a Duchess in here.
Lady Arabelle's assistant? How good to see you again. But I don't remember your name on my schedule today. Did we have an appointment?
Has some difficult questions.
Do tell. Well, go ahead. After everything you've done for the people of the archipelago, you've earned the right to be direct with me.
Lady Arabelle was poisoned. The wine was part of a large shipment that your seneschal placed recently.
Lady Arabelle poisoned? Is she all right? But what was that about wine? I haven't placed any orders recently. Not while the castle is still in disrepair. And I haven't appointed a new seneschal since that trouble with Steward Hercian.
What about this Ascended Order? They still control the Dufort shipyards.
Again? I thought my knights ran them off after that terrible business with my brother. Thank you for bringing me the news. I'll send a battalion to deal with them right away. I know how this must look, but I am not in league with those malcontents.
Lord Becario seems to think otherwise.
Did he? Well, I want the Ascendant Lord brought to justice, the same as you. That wine that poisoned Lady Arabelle, was it a Dufort Singular Amber, vintage 571? I received a similar gift this morning. It's in the Knight Commander's private chamber.
I should examine that gift he got.
The Knight Commander insisted that the anonymous gift be tested before I consumed so much as a drop. It's in her private chamber, waiting for one of my handmaidens to come by and taste it. Feel free to perform your own investigation.
Tell me more about this gift you received.
There's not much to say. It arrived without fanfare, with an anonymous note. The vintage was my father's favorite. He was still new to his role as Duke when the vineyard turned out those precious bottles.
Why would someone send you a gift of your own wine then?
We depleted our own stores of that vintage a long time ago. But everyone at court knows I was fond of that wine. We opened a bottle once a year to celebrate my father and the elevation of House Dufort. I was quite sad when we uncorked the last one.
All right. Error 2571. Do a quick check here real quick. Said 571, right? We're currently in 2E582, right? Anything happened in 571 that's interesting? 572, also called the Liberation War for the Algronians. From the Akavarian Kamala, under the control of... There's nothing on 571 to really, like... When did Rancer's War end? Rancer's War ended... okay. 2E 566 was Rancer's War, at least the start of it. I think that only lasted like 2 or 3 years, right? So I don't think there's any of the significance to 571, but we'll see. Duchess Alea Dufont, Castle Navera. Where I'm reading from? UESP.net. They have a nice timeline of like all the events. As the anniversary of the ascension of House Dufort approaches, I thought you might like a bottle of your family's favorite wine. I know how hard it is to come by. May your raised guest your house in your father's memory, and long may House Dufort reign over the archipelago. From a devoted and grateful admirer. Oh my god, what if... What if this is like the devoted admirer from Oblivion? E 571 smells faintly of garlic, just like Arabelle's.
What do you think? Did someone send me the same gift that poisoned poor Lady Arabelle?
The note and the wine are the same. Any ideas where the gift came from?
As we discussed, and you no doubt noticed, the letter was unsigned. My knight commander insisted on having someone else taste the wine before she would allow any to pass my lips. I'm just glad you arrived before that happened.
Yep. But we're no closer to figuring out who poisoned the wine.
Hold on. Earlier you mentioned that the shopkeep claimed that my seneschal placed an order for a large amount of wine. While we did no such thing, one of my sentries informed me that a courier had arrived with an unscheduled delivery.
Right. I noticed that they were talking when I arrived in the castle. The sentry ordered them to wait.
Then your answer may be right outside. I told the sentry to have them wait by the jousting tents until I was ready to deal with the mix-up. Talk to the courier and find out who hired them to deliver the incriminating bottles of wine to my castle.
I'll go talk to him.
Someone has gone to a lot of trouble to try and remove both myself and Lady Arabelle from the table, while also focusing the blame for this all on me. Speak to the courier and get some answers, or I will.
Why would someone try to kill you and also make you look like you'd kill Lady Arabelle?
To sow confusion and weaken House Dufort, of course, and to further delay the peace talks, perhaps even scuttle them completely. I have political rivals, but none who would stoop to murder. If I had to guess, this is the work of the Ascendant Order.
They think the Ascendant Order sent the poisoned rind, which makes sense.
I fear we'll find the Ascendant Lord's hand on the tiller of most of the recent events that have plagued the archipelago. Call it a feeling deep in my bones. In the meantime, talk to this courier and see what they reveal about whoever hired them.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that they discovered a light of Meridia floating above the Library of Dusk.
Have a talk.
Are you from the castle? Can I finally make my delivery and be done with this damn job?
Can you tell me who hired you to make this delivery? Was it Ashcourt's Fine Goods and Imports?
Ashcroft's? No. Some hooded figures hired me to take some crates to an isolated spot up north. That's where I met another hooded figure. He helped unload my wagon, gave me the crates for Castle Navir, and told me to make the delivery.
Tell me about the hooded figures that you asked no questions about. Did they give you any names?
No names, just enough gold to make me not want to ask any questions. You did hear me say we were in an isolated location, right? But if it helps, they were definitely wearing armor under their hooded cloaks. Knight armor.
Can you tell me where this isolated location is?
Right below the cliffs of Garrick's Rest. Look, I know how all this sounds, but I needed this job. Courier work has been hard to come by since the trouble here and on Galen. All I know is I delivered one set of crates and received another for Navir.
Five Claw! Zaji has found you!
Zaji.
Lady Arabelle wasn't improving, so Zaji went to find Druid Ravana. Do not worry, Five Claw. Casca stands guard at Mandrake Manor. Instead of giving this one more medicine, Ravana sent me to find you.
Did Ravana tell you what she wanted?
Druid Ravana wants you to come to her workshop right away. Do you know where it is? Just west of Gonfalon Bay and north of Druid's Gate. When you see her, remind her that Lady Arabelle still needs the antidote.
I'll go talk to Drew Ravana. Why would she forget that she needs to do the antidote? Like, that's top priority.
That makes Zaji feel much better. It was good to get out of the manor and do something. All this waiting makes Zaji's ears itch. This one will head back to the manor and make sure Lady Arabelle is taking her tincture.
Wait. If you were in charge of the tincture, Zaji. Oh, God. Zaji, what are you doing?
Zaji will return to Gonfalon Bay now. Casca will be lost without this one's steady presence to calm her.
Zaji, you idiot. So, if Lady Arabelle is too weak to take the antidote and the tincture, Casca doesn't have opposable thumbs. How's she getting the goddamn antidote? Seriously, Zaji. Of all the people, you could have sent Casca out instead to deliver that message.
And we're off.
I guess Casca's just gonna have to do it mouth to mouth. Hopefully the Arabelle doesn't develop any feelings.
Ah, there you are. I hope you've had more success than I, my friend. I thought that I'd be able to replicate an antidote using some of the old recipes in my ancient herbal apothecary, but nothing I've concocted thus far has worked. This poison is proving very resistant to our tried and true elixirs.
We were mistaken about the ingredients used to make the poison?
That's just it. I identified the various plants, root, stem, and leaf, but they aren't those plants. Not exactly.
I don't understand.
Neither did I, at least not at first. But after careful study, I can see that someone with extensive agricultural knowledge created new and more potent versions of the rare plants used to prepare the poison. Oh, did you discover who sent the wine?
Well, wine came from Ashcroft's shop, but someone from Garlic's Rest bought it and added the poison.
Garrick's Rest? Strange magic saturates the wildlife around those ruins. If that's the source of the poison, I'll need samples to craft an antidote. Meet me there. I fear we could be dealing with another rogue druid, and a powerful one at that.
Meet you at Garlic's Rest.
We'll need to proceed carefully once we get to Garrick's Rest. If we are dealing with a powerful druid, we won't be able to avoid them for long.
Why do you think a druid is behind this? Kerr described it as a knight under the hooded cloak.
That sounds like the Ascendant Order. But only a skilled druid could alter plants and create this vile poison. We know they worked with the Eldertide Circle before. Maybe they still have some druid allies assisting them.
How long can Lady Arabelle hold on without the antidote?
The tincture I provided will slow the poison's spread, but it won't hold off the inevitable forever. She should be all right for a while longer, but I do recommend we hurry. Once...
Yeah, go. Cut it off a little bit there, sorry folks. Guess that's the closest one. Seriously, why did Saji have to come down and tell me?
Friend, look. It appears something heavy was dragged up and down this hill recently.
Really? Oh, okay.
You see? The ground is disturbed, suggesting heavy crates were dragged up and down the hillside. And see over there? Debris. Let's take a closer look. A door. That's definitely where whatever made the marks came from.
Well, it's spooky in here.
I don't think we're alone down here.
I know, it was just me and you and Ember. Of course we're not alone. And that person, too.
The Ascendant Order has been hiding here for a while. Lord Bacaro was right to be concerned. Take a look at that pile of paper.
Welcome, initiates. Welcome, Ascendant Initiates. There are many who believe we were defeated after the events of the Alpha Exiles, but the flame of our vision is not so easily snuffed out. You have followed the rumors and whispers to find us. Soon, others will join you in a growing swell of opposition to royal warmongers that rule our lands. An uprising is coming in the Sisters. The events on Galen were only the beginning. Join your druid brothers and sisters in taking back what's rightfully ours. The dream of Kassaran will come to pass, and together we will reclaim the legacy of the Bretons. Got my word, the Ascendant Lord.
The Ascendant Lord is recruiting disillusioned druids after the events on Galen. Insidious. Rebuilding his ranks with disillusioned druids. The Ascendant Lord will say anything to recruit his army. But to allude to a druidic prophecy, what exactly is the Ascendant Lord promising his followers? Those must be the crates the courier delivered. Check the labels.
Strawberry Expressway from Daggerfall. Deliver Steadfast Manor. Contact 6 crates of Stag and Stallion armors. Attention. Captain Magnet, Society of the Steadfast.
Those were intended for Steadfast Manor. Why deliver them here? See what's inside the open one. Society of the Steadfast Armor. With that, the Ascendant Order could impersonate Steadfast Knights. The crates the courier delivered were intended for Steadfast Manor. I wonder why she was hired to bring them here.
It said they weren't supposed to bring him here. It said they're supposed to bring him to Steadfast Manor, right?
That the nobility cannot ignore.
Look, over on that table.
Orders from our lord. A druid heralded. I understand your garden below Garlic's Rest is blooming. Perfect. We need you to... When you receive the shipment of wine, here's what I want you to proceed. Add a newly developed poison to one of the bottles. I have arranged to have a part of a gift basket for Lady Arabelle. Her suspicions will grow and will likely discover our agents in Steadfast Manor if we don't take action. I am sure that she won't be able to resist taking a taste of the rare vintage. She does so love her wine. Do the same for the gift for Duchess Elea. The crate rests up in the bottles. Or then crate up the rest of the bottles. The courier will meet you outside. Take the delivery from them, then give them the crates of wine. The courier has orders to deliver them to Castle Nervern. If all goes planned, both Lady Arabelle and Elea will be dead, and blame will fall squarely upon the malcontents of House Defarn. As for the relic, I gave it to you for safekeeping while I am away. If Steadfast Manor becomes compromised in my absence, use it to enter the tunnels below the cellar. Destroy any documents you find there. We must not reveal our true identity until the time is right. The Ascendant Lord.
The Ascendant Lord gave clear orders to this druid alchemist. We need to find that garden. Is that a key over there?
Talk?
We didn't expect the Ascendant Order to wither away, but I had no idea its roots ran so deep. And it seems they have crept into our most trusted circles. Someone at Steadfast Manor diverted this armor shipment here. Let's review what we uncovered.
Yep. I found the recruitment handbills directed at disillusioned druids.
We know that the Ascendant Lord allied with factions of the Eldertide and Firesong circles, but to actively promote a sacred druidic prophecy to gain followers to his cause. What about those crates we found?
Shipping labels said that they were destined for Steadfast Manor and contained suits of armor.
Armor that the Ascendant Order can use to impersonate Steadfast Knights. I know Captain Marguerite by reputation. We must talk to her about the shipments. But first, I still need to gather samples of the plants used to make the poison.
The letter to the Druid Alchemist detailed a plan to poison Arabelle and mention a garden.
And I assume the key we found will grant us access to this alchemical garden. Then I can craft an antidote for Lady Arabelle. She and Lord Bakara will know how to best handle this situation once she recovers from the poison.
Yeah, you got it halfway right. She will know, but Ricaro, well, suspect he has his own plans.
That door. See if the key we found will unlock it.
In we go.
A druid alchemist's workshop. Let's look around. what I was looking for. A sister's cave bloom. But I've never seen one with quite that color before.
Intruders,
I'll take a sample.
here's how we deal with pests in my garden.
Shard of the Green. Small bright gem found in the Druid ritual box. Features engraved etchings of Druid iconography.
With these, I should be able to craft an antidote. What did you find over there? I gathered enough of the plant to craft an antidote for Lady Arabelle. She will soon be on her way to a full recovery. Did you find anything interesting in the Druid ritual box?
On a green crystal.
That's a shard of the green. I've never seen an intact one before. Long ago, Druids used them to protect sacred locations. The practice withered like leaves on a dying vine, mostly because they were so hard to come by. Hang on to that for now.
What now?
Now? Now we do exactly what Lady Arabelle would want us to. We follow the clues. Head to Steadfast Manor. We need to talk to Captain Marguerite. I'll meet you there after I start the preparations for the antidote.
Okay. I don't even remember circling back around this far. All right. You said fast manner. Now, when I teleport over, do you think Ember has to run all the way over, or did she get pulled into my portal? She head strikes us all the way down here.
That will be all, Sentry. But what's this? A druid and Lady Arabelle's assistant.
Forgive the intrusion, Captain. My friend will explain.
What brings a druid and Lady Arabelle's most trusted assistant to Steadfast Manor? I'm afraid Lord Bacaro is still on Galen, leading the relief efforts there. Is there something I can help you with?
He sounds so annoyed. I found a crate that was shipped with a shipping label address to you in the Ascended Order stronghold.
Interesting. No. I was informed that those crates were lost at sea, but I suspected there was more going on than a simple accident. Add to that the minor thefts and intruders my knights keep running off, it seems the Ascendant Order has targeted us.
It's on the Shardstone. Do you recognize it?
You say you found this with the Ascendant Order? That's one of Lord Bacaro's most prized possessions. He usually keeps it down in the cellars with his collection of trinkets from his adventuring days. Those thieves were bolder than I thought.
So, you're claiming the Society of the Steadfast has nothing to do with the Ascended Order?
Claiming? The Society provides aid to those in need. But it's evident that the Ascendant Order stole from us. You're Lady Arabelle's investigator. Would you check the cellars and help me determine how those thieves got past our security?
Well, let's see if I notice anything out of the ordinary in the cellars then.
Take this key. It will open the door to the cellars. Just follow the path to the north toward the dock. If the Ascendant Order is stealing from the Society of the Steadfast, we need to know how and why.
Tell me about the efforts on Galen, if you would.
The Society of the Steadfast's primary charter involves providing relief to those unfortunate enough to be caught up in war or disaster. Galen was recently rocked by both brutal assaults and volcanic activity. We're sending supplies and healers.
Seem to know me, but I don't believe we've met before.
Not officially, no. But Lord Bacaro tells me everything. I handle the day-to-day workings of the Society of the Steadfast and command our small contingent of knights. When Lord Bacaro travels, I oversee operations at Steadfast Manor.
What do you think?
The Shard of the Green, clearly a druid relic, belongs to Lord Bacaro? I wonder how he came to possess such a rare and ancient item. Let's see what else we can learn in the manor's cellars.
Hmm. Why do I get the feeling I'm going to be locked in the cellars here? Hashtag cellar life. Hashtag CellarCon. Oh, this place is a mess.
That empty sconce. See the druid symbols carved into it? Check if the shard fits into the socket. Just as I suspected, a hidden door. Let's see what other secrets this manor is hiding. A passage leading deeper beneath the manor. Let's see what Lord Bacaro is hiding down here. A druid circle. And an ancient one by the looks of it. I want to get a closer look.
Of course you do.
Powerful spirits often guard locations such as this. Be careful.
I am. Look, like, we snuck by everything here, okay? We're fine. We're good, I'm sure. We're so good. We're so good. Just a slight misstep, okay?
Those carvings, definitely druidic.
Let's do the druid bloodlines first. Ancient druid bloodlines. Genealogy of in-depth commission by Lady Lorana, 2E 541. After an exhaustive study, I can say that it is reasonably certain that your family has always suspected it is possibly true. The Meched bloodline is indeed an ancient Breton bloodline, dating back to the first appearance of half-elf race in High Rock. Further, I have found clear evidence the family known as I found clear evidence that the family, as it is known today, can trace their ancestry druids who have arrived at the Sisters Archipelago on the original flotilla of the Druids of Galen, the very same that departed High Rock in the First Era. Moreover, I feel confident to proclaim that they're not only the Mecheds members of the Breton's original Druidic ancestors, they were also clearly royal blood. If you consider the Druid King Kassarin to be equivalent to the aristocrats that govern the High Rock in the current era. Add to what we already know about the Veritas bloodline, and your son will inherit the best of both dynasties. Why else would House Meched's hereditary be rendered as a 3-cup symbol? Oh, that's actually, the 3 cups is the coin that we got as part of the collector's edition there. 3 cups spilling seeds and leaves, if not for the Druid connection. What follows a complicated genealogy, working backward from time of the writing of the ancient days to the original Druids of Galen. Kassarin, the last of the Druid kings, or the last Druid king, is clearly shown as the family tree. The last entry from the time of writing appears as follow: Lady Lorana Mekad, Lord Lucan Valorous, Akara Volius. 540. Akara's journal, most recent. At first, my rage at the failures of High Isle and Galen knew no bounds. I had set up everything for success. The Alliance leaders should have died at sea, but they were too stubborn, and my Magus failed to kill them at all flags. If Lady Arabelle's champion hadn't killed the fool, I would have. Then they foiled my plans in Galen. House Mornard would have fallen, and I should have a unified Druid Empire as my ally. Then I could have disbanded the Society of the Steadfast and replaced it with my Ascended Order. The Magus was too arrogant. Archdruid Orlith was too hesitant. I can't allow others to fail me again. A new Druid King must rise up and fulfill the prophecy and claim the sacred regalia. I always intended this moment. It's my blood heritage, after all. I am the last living descendant of the Druid King Kassarin. Though my mother's bloodline and the legacy of the Bretons is mine to claim. I would have been content that Orlith would rule for a time while I was consolidating my power and formulating plans, but she was too weak. I see that I must step forward now. I must replace the corruption of the Ruby Throne with the purity of the Ivory Throne, as nature demands. When I claim the regalia and awaken my true powers of Mount Firesong, I will bury the current order in fire and ash, and from those ashes a new order will rise, not of brittle rubies and stone, but with ivy vines and in roots entwined and grow and spread. A new green age will dawn, nourished by the blood of the old.
That armor. It looks just like the Ascendant Lord, doesn't it?
It is.
What's the connection here? Why does the Ascendant Order care about this place? And why does Lord Bacaro have a suit of the Ascendant Lord's armor?
I found this journal written by Lord Bacaro. In it, he admits to being the Ascendant Lord, of course.
What? But Lord Bacaro is a man of peace.
No, he isn't.
Why secretly control the very order of rogue knights that are actively trying to destroy everything he's worked for? I don't understand.
Lord Bacaro wants Firesong to unite the Druids, and he wants the circles to crown a new Druid King.
So he helped foster the conflicts on Galen, then stepped in to help with the Steadfast after the dust settled, all while making alliances with the victors. But his plans failed. No new Druid King has been crowned.
Yeah, we also found this genealogy. It indicates that Lord Bacaro is a descendant of the last Druid King.
Let me see that. Could this be accurate? Could Lord Bacaro be a direct descendant of Druid King Kassarin? Oh no. The carvings. I think I know why this place is important to Lord Bacaro. Examine the carvings. I'll explain what I see in them.
Oh, I'll examine them.
Do you see? That's a stylized rendition of the Ivy Throne with the Druid King's regalia, the crown, staff, and gauntlet below it. Carved above the throne. That's the heraldry of House Mershad. So, Lord Bacaro, the Ascendant Lord, believes he's descended from the last Druid King through his mother's bloodline. He wants to become the Druid King and re-establish the Ivy Throne. That's why he went to Galen. He needs the Druid King's regalia.
What's so important about the Druid King's regalia?
In and of themselves, the regalia have no innate power. They're symbols, nothing more. However, the very fact that the sacred seeds have been regrown into the crown, staff, and gauntlet give credence to the prophecy of the Druid King.
And remind us all of the prophecy?
The dream of Kassarin. The Druids of the archipelago have debated its meaning since it was first uttered so long ago. With the regalia, Lord Bacaro can proclaim that the conditions of the prophecy have been met and that he's the new Druid King.
Would the Druids really believe that?
The prophecy holds deep significance for Druids. We've been waiting for its promise to manifest for a long, long time. We have to hurry. I must administer the antidote to Lady Arabelle and warn her of this betrayal. Meet me back at Mandrake Manor.
What about Captain Magnard? Shouldn't we tell her what we uncovered?
Captain Marguerite's reputation is impeccable, and she seemed unaware of all this. But the same could be said about Lord Bacaro. Until we determine how far this corruption has spread into the Society of the Steadfast, we keep this to ourselves.
She won't suspect anything when we come out here and be like, oh, no, we just came in here, it's fine. Oh, no, we didn't see anything down there. Certainly not any Ascended Lord's armor. Nope, totally fine. Totally not suspecting your boss. Nothing to see here, it's fine. Shouldn't we like take that out there so like people can't get in? One thing that kind of bothers me about the Society of the Steadfast, it has knights, but it has no barracks for them. Like that's their house, like for the sick people and for the doctors and for Lord Bacaro. But I don't see any barracks there for any knights. Ooh. Free soul gem. What?
Lady Arabelle, drink this. It will neutralize the poison. We discovered the source of the poison and something more. Our friend will tell you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Tell me what you uncovered, dear.
We discovered that Zaji is the Ascendant Lord.
Zaji has not left Lady Arabelle's side while you were gone. Well, except for when she sent me to warn the Alliance leaders, and when Ravana sent me to fetch you, and when Koska made me go outside because she said my worrying was making her fur itch.
Yeah. The only person that had opposable thumbs left.
You and Ravana returned just in time. We're almost out of the tincture she gave us. Hopefully, the antidote works and Lady Arabelle's health improves. But go on and talk to her. I too want to hear what you have to say.
Tell Lady Arabelle what we learned.
Do I have to?
And remind her to give the antidote the time it needs to work. I'm sure she's going to want to be in the thick of things as soon as possible. But her body must recover from the effects of the poison.
All right.
Couldn't you have added a touch of cinnamon or honey to this, Ravana? No matter. I assume I will be hale and hearty again before long. Now, enough with the suspense. Tell me what you've uncovered, dear.
Yeah, Lord Picaro is the Ascendant Lord, or Ascendant Lord. He said the poison to both you and Duchess Leia.
The poison must have affected my hearing. Did you say Lord Bacaro is the Ascendant Lord?
Yep.
How can that be? He sponsored the peace talks. He started the Society of the Steadfast, which has done nothing but good for the archipelago and the mainland.
Yeah, we found his journal. He admitted to his crimes and claims to be a direct descendant of the Druid King. I have a bad idea to write that down when you think about it.
Looking at things from this perspective puts the delays and how the Ascendant Order has managed to stay one step ahead of us in a very different light. But why go through all this trouble? What is Lord Bacaro actually planning?
From what we found in Steadfast Manor, we think he wants to be the next Druid King.
I feel better already. Well done, dear Ivana. As for this business about the Druid King, I read the reports from Galen. Some druids truly believe that the Ivy Throne would be an improvement over the Ruby one. But all this chaos and murder...
What should we do, Lady Arabelle?
We've been hesitant for too long, unsure of where the next attack would come from. Now we know. It's coming from inside our circle, from someone we considered an ally, a friend. Take this, my friend. We'll deal with Bacaro soon enough.
Oh, it's coming from a friend. By the way, friend, here, take this. Why? Why do you label it like that, huh?